Alright, y'all, we got those two orders out the way. It didn't take too long. Hopefully we can get them both dropped off before. Hey, you have a good night. Hopefully we can get them both dropped off before 8 o'clock. I don't want to carry this whole car over here. We don't have to carry that cart around with us. We got all our groceries from this run. We get them in the car. And like I say, the first drop off is only about 5 minutes away. So it shouldn't take us that long to get that one out the way. And then the next one, if we get that done by real quick, then they'll both be done by 8. So let me get y'all in the whip when we get to it. Alright, y'all, so we at it. And we're gonna head to this drop off. Get up out of here. Looks like it's gonna take us across the street, maybe. So we'll see. It might be yeah, we're gonna take buses U-turn. Yeah, it's gonna take us across the way over here. So we're gonna head back towards Lockwood. And then it's one of these little side streets over here right next to Myers. That'll be our first drop off. And then we'll do our second one, and like I said, this will be our first hour where we did 20 or over an hour. So like I said, at least one of the hours tonight we made $20 or more per hour. And we'll see if we can get one more after this. Like I said, we got this drop off, and then the other drop off should be fairly close, within a couple miles. And then we'll these out the way. We had a few items that weren't available. DoorDash has switched the app a lot. So I just started noticing it yesterday. Been a lot more frequent today. Where it makes it a little more challenging to switch the order for a customer if they wanted a different item. So I think it's a little more time. You gotta push and take pictures and stuff. So it's this is a little more time consuming when an item ain't available than it used to be. Not really too crazy, but an extra minute or two makes all the difference, especially when you're doing a job where you try to make a certain amount per hour. So keep all that stuff in mind when we're tackling these orders. Like I said, this first one is pretty close, right here in I guess this is considered Canfield, maybe Canfield on this edge. And then we have our second one, which I think is on the south side, or headed towards the south side. We'll see. Neighborhoods, it ain't brand new, but it ain't been here for, ain't no 100-year-old homes over here. like in other parts of Youngstown. Maybe we get a chance to make some more money before the end of the night. It's a Tuesday, and Tuesdays be like that. I say, especially when the weather ain't real bad, and the roads ain't real bad. DoorDash pay is different, and people tend to tip different, which that's an everyday problem, but so I'll get up in here and get these delivered. So I'm trying to get back some bread around here. Look like it's right up in here, these little apartments they got tucked away. Delivered over here before, but it's been
the customer requested you leave the order at their door. Additional instructions are provided in the Dasher app.
It's been quite a while since we've been over here in this section. Because the numbers seem to be getting lower over here on this end. I don't think it was that building unless it's one of these back buildings back there. Last time I was over here, I had trouble finding the apartment number 2. So they got a display them better than what they do. Display is terrible. right information. So once I cut the GPS off, I was able to see the proper address. So this should be the one right next to this building. Saying number 5, which is, I don't see a number 5, but you know, leave it at the door and then they can figure out the number 5. Y'all, so we got that one knocked out, and then we're gonna deliver this other one over on Park Cliff in Youngstown. So shouldn't be too bad. And we did our 20-something an hour for at least 1 hour out of this day. So we ain't too mad about it. Like I say, it's a Tuesday, so you don't kind of expect Tuesdays to be slow like this when the weather ain't real bad. But a lot of the grocery stores seem to be cleaned out of stuff. It ain't as much product in there as usual. Even Myers, they usually keep their shelves stocked, but there hasn't been very many groceries in the store. Like if bad weather was coming or something like that, people seem to be stocking up on stuff. Like I say, now we headed out of here and we're going to the south side. So we might make this our last one, I don't know, I'm gonna see. It took I don't know what that 9 o'clock hour gonna look like, especially not on the Tuesday. That 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock hour, so I don't know if I wanna come all the way back out to work to find out. But let's see once we get this dropped off how we feel. Like I said, if y'all watching these, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. I'm trying to get up to 100 so we can start doing some lives with y'all and interact with the people a little more. Like I said, we live in a little Canfield area now. south side of Youngstown. So it'd be cool. We done that 8 o'clock hour, but we're gonna be kind of away from our staging area or whatever. So because it's Tuesday and it's been slow, well, after we drop this off, I'll decide if, you know, it's worth coming back over here tonight or not. If you drive late, then it's cool to get these later hours. You can still probably wait it out and get some good trips. I used to drive late, but that's more or less when I'm in or around Cleveland or something, or Kent or Cuyahoga, because they got a lot of restaurants over there that stay open later, and some stuff will take you over towards Cleveland and Akron. So depending on if you're doing Uber Eats or DoorDash, you might get some better trips. Like I said, more and more people are starting to do these jobs, and that's a good thing, I guess, for the customer, for the company, and the drivers. I don't know, because the more drivers you get, the crappier the pay start to get. Like I say, since the pandemic, they started this one price delivery deal for most trips, where, like you say, you get that base pay, but before that you got $1 a mile plus tipping. In some other places you got more than $1 a mile plus tip, plus your tip. So, and during surge times you used to get more per mile plus your tip. So the more drivers they get, it seems like the less they want to give the drivers, because they know they got so many people doing it. But that's why I said a lot of times we gotta just be real careful with the trips we take, so we don't get caught up taking a bunch of bad trips, and then they're gonna keep pumping those kind of trips in our area. So yeah, be selective. Like you said, every day ain't gonna be a win, but you combine them, you can make it win. Like I said, we're gonna be going to the south side with this one. So once we get down Lockwood, probably turn on Shields or Indianola Road, whatever they call it on this end, and head on down. We're only about 3 miles out, about 6 minutes, so like I said, it wasn't a bad trip. It was worth the time. I think are never filled, because I've walked in a restaurant at closing time, and I've seen a lot of food on the shelves and bags that nobody ever came to pick up. So a lot of customers, they don't realize that if you don't tip reasonably, your food probably never gonna make it to you. because ain't no driver gonna accept the order unless they bunch it in with another order, and then your order get piggybacked off of order of somebody who tipped well. So keep that in consideration when you order from any of these services where a driver is bringing your items, whether it's food or whatever it may be, to you. Better you tip, more likely that your order gonna get picked quickly and your items gonna get to you quickly in good condition. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind when using these apps. We're about 3 minutes out, y'all. Like I said, this one's on the south side. Once we get this turn done, then we'll be a block away from home. Everybody still got their Christmas lights up, waiting for this weather to completely thaw out to come outside. And then some people just like how the Christmas lights look. Some people keep them up year round. Alright, so we at that Glenwood West Boulevard split, and we're gonna be going over down the hill. We're only about a mile and a half away. Police will give you a ticket for speeding around that. So, yeah, be careful. We're gonna make this turn and turn on Wisconsin and get this stuff dropped off on Fernley. Couple blocks and get this dropped off. Then I'll let you know how the tips roll and who did what. It ain't gonna be too much busier than it was earlier today, so we had wild downtime today. The downtime was crazy. I said a lot of these houses in these neighborhoods are over 100 years old. These houses have been here since the early 1900s. A lot of them. People bought them and tried to keep them up. A lot of them are second owners. Some of them are first owners.
The customer requested you hand them the order. They added the following instructions. Hand it to me.
Pop out and hand them this order. Hopefully they're waiting on it. I was waiting too long. And we get this delivered. Then we'll be back at it. Alright, y'all, in a minute. Alright, y'all, so that one was delivered. Call it complete. And let's see what it was. So, the first drop off, sometimes they switch these around so you don't know, I think. But either way, the first drop off looked like it was $10, so that might have been hers or the other person's. And the second drop off was $2 for the tip. So one of them was being super cheap, one of them was being reasonable, and Myers paid $10.50 for the base. So they really got it delivered for the whole group of them. But like I say, we are ways out of our zone, and because it's a Tuesday, I think we're gonna call it a night. I appreciate y'all riding with me. We made a couple dollars today, nothing major. I'll let y'all know how we did.